Welcome back, you guys. In today's video, I'm going to share with you what we are doing for our homeschool for the month of December. So if you want to see this, then stick around. If you are new to my channel, I just want to welcome you and tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to 5 kids. And on this channel, I like to talk about homeschool, motherhood, my faith in Christ, and I like to do some DIYs once in a while as well. So if you like content like that, then make sure that you're subscribed and don't forget to hit that little bell so that you're notified every single time I upload a video. I also just wanted to say that anything that I share with you in today's video will be listed in the description box, so be sure to check that out. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section. I do read every comment. So what I chose to do are both of these. Am I crazy? Probably a little bit, but you know what? I couldn't decide which one I wanted to do because they both kind of talk a little bit about different things. And so I got both. This Christmas unit is from Campfire Curriculums. We are almost done with their Thanksgiving unit. I did do a video on this. If you want to check that out, you can. I know Thanksgiving is up here, but maybe you would, want to see it for next year. And we have really enjoyed it. When I saw their Christmas unit, I decided I really want to try it out. And I'm going to kind of show you a comparison of what they're both teaching in each of these curriculums. So this one, however, is only supposed to be like 20 minutes a day. So that is why I am doing both of them. Now, if this was like a full-on curriculum like this one is, then I wouldn't do it. But because it is intended to be 20-ish minutes, I figured, hey, this is easy, we could do it. What I plan on doing is, I think I'm gonna do one every single day, even on the weekends, and that way I will have done both of these units. If that doesn't work, then what I also plan to do is maybe start this one and then even maybe do both of them at the same time, but this one would be like at night when my husband came home, because he is going to do this one with us. Campfire Curriculums is intended for dads to come along and join. So I asked my husband if he would do it with us, and he said yeah. So that will take a lot off my plate, and he can do all the reading, praise the Lord, which isn't really that much. The cool thing about Campfire Curriculums is that there is no teacher's guide. You are actually going along with your family and doing the same exact thing along with your children. So this is not a teacher's guide. This is the adult like journal notebook. Pretty much you each get your own notebook. I'm going to read it out of here, and each grade level will have different things in it. So it will all have the same thing. You're all learning together, but the more advanced grade you're in, or like say an adult is going to have more stuff in it than a high schooler, and a high schooler is going to have more stuff in it than a middle schooler. So that way you are getting even more information for the older kids and you as the adult, to just get a richer, deeper like study of whatever you're doing. This does have activities and crafts in it. It has recipes in it. So I am so excited to do this with my family. Now let's talk about Gather Round. Now Gather Round, I'm sure everybody has probably heard of Gather Round, and if you have not, it is also a newer curriculum. So this one is only, I think, a couple months old, and this one, Gather Round, is going, I think, on their 2nd year. I really wanted to do this last year, but I think that everything just, like, Christmas happened so fast that I was like, oh, okay. This year I decided I'm going to be like super duper prepared. So I'm kind of glad I didn't do this last year, because they did do updates. So I did get this year, and it is the updated version. And if you have never heard of Gather Round, this is an actual teacher's manual, and then your children each have their own notebook. So they're kind of alike, but this is not a teacher's manual, and this is a teacher's manual. So each of my kids will have, according to their grade level or age level, they will have their own little notebook to go along with this. And just like this one, each one is going to be a little different depending on the age and grade that they are in. So because I'm using both these curriculums, I'm not doing anything for science or history. We are using the Playful Pioneer, but I'm actually going to cancel doing that for the month of December, and then I'm going to pick it back up in January so that we can really focus on the Christmas unit stuff. Alongside of both of these, we are going to be reading lots and lots of picture books. We love picture books so much in our house, and I just feel like my kids learn so much more when we incorporate picture books into our studies. I did just release a video on Christmas books, so if you want to see some picture books that we're going to be using, I will leave that at the end screen. And I do plan on doing another video about books, which is going to be our library haul, and then a couple other books that just came in. So be on the lookout for that, but we are incorporating books alongside of these. Another thing to know about both of these curriculums is that they are PDF downloads. I know you can buy this as a physical copy, but I chose to get the PDF download so that I can continue to use it year after year, and it's not going to cost me any more money. And then I just print it out at home. I just recently got an Epson Eco Tank. I know all the homeschoolers are loving this printer, and I have printed out so much stuff and barely used any of my ink. So first, I like to go through and pick out what pages I am going to do on regular paper, and then I decide if I need to put any of this on cardstock. There were a couple things from the Gather Round that I decided to put on cardstock just because they were like little ornaments, so I thought that it would be better to put it on cardstock so it will hold up a little better. Then I just took it over to my Pro Click hole punch, and it just hole punches the holes for me, and then I just take one of the coils and snap it together. So it's really simple, it's really easy, it doesn't take me too much time. I think the longest that takes me is probably the printing, which, you know, I can be doing other things while it's printing. Other than that, it doesn't really take that long. I also like to use this thick cardstock material for the back of my kids' notebooks, almost like the same thing that you would find on the back of a regular spiral bound notebook. I do plan on doing a whole separate video probably at the end of December on a review of both of these, and I'll kind of compare them so you know that you'll know what the difference is. But right now I'm going to take you to the table of contents in each of these and show you what is different about them. One thing that is different about both of these is now the Gather Round has a Christmas book list, and most of these books are centered around Jesus and just family fun. And then the Campfire curriculums doesn't have one, and they actually did that because they didn't want to put so much pressure on you to collect all these books. But they did say that if people wanted a book list, then they would be so happy to put one together. So I think they might put a book list together for this unit, but for right now there isn't one. Something they both have in common is they both have a supply list. I really like this. I love that all the supplies are in the front, and it breaks it down by lesson. That just makes my mom heart happy because I'm not trying to go through each lesson and figure out what supplies I need. It's all right here on one thing, and then it breaks it down by lesson, so when that lesson comes up, if they're perishable things, you will know and you will be ready. Gather Round does have planning pages, which I do like. I don't know if I'll use them because I just like to write everything on a notebook, but they are beautiful. I'm just going to show you the difference between them. Now, if you want more in depth of both of these, I know Rebecca did one on hers, and then I know Campfire Curriculums did one on their Christmas unit as well. So I will link both of those videos in the description box because there's no point of trying to recreate it, but I did want to kind of show you a little bit of it. In the Campfire Curriculums, you're going to have a prologue, And they do suggest that you read Luke chapter 2 before you do any of this. And then lesson 1 is While the Shepherds Watch. Lesson 2 is Caroling a Noel. Lesson 3 is Caroling a Noel. Lesson 4 is The Christmas Hour. Lesson 5 is Two Turtle Doves. Lesson 6 is No Room in the Inn. Lesson 7 is The Magi. Lesson 8 is The Father of a King. Lesson 9, St. Nicholas. Lesson 10, You Shall Call Him. Lesson 11, The Eve. And then lesson 12, The Eve. So for lessons 2 and 3, and then lessons 11 and 12, you can see that they're kind of the same lesson. Now what they did is they're just separating it into 2 different lessons so that it's not really long, because their goal is to just make this 20 minutes. Let's take a look at Gather Round. Now for Gather Round, you're going to be learning about Mary, Joseph, John the Baptist, census, a star, shepherds, wise men, the great plan, hidden meaning part 1, hidden meaning part 2, Christmas around the world, and traditions. So you can see maybe why I was like, I need both of these, because both of these really sparked my interest. I really like that they're talking about caroling in the Campfire curriculums along with St. Nicholas. So I really like that. And then in Gather Round, I'm really excited to do this Christmas around the world. And I really think they're going to pair up really well, because Gather Round has some hymns in it that you're going to be able to go over and sing together as a family. So I think that's really cool to do the hymns. And then also we're going to be learning about caroling in the Campfire curriculums. So I really do feel like they both have great things to offer, and that's why I really couldn't choose. So I was like, I'm just going to try them both. I also wanted to show you kind of the difference between each of the notebooks. So like I said, this one is the adult notebook, so it's not a teacher's guide. And then this is elementary, and then this one is pre-reader. Here's lesson 1 for the pre-reader. So they're gonna have this activity, and then this activity, and then they also have this one for Nathan. He'll just do this. He has a weather tracker. He's gonna draw a sheep, and then it goes to lesson 2. For the adult, it's gonna look like this. Lesson 1, you are going to have more reading because you're going to be reading it to them. And then it's going to give you directions for a little experiment. You also have a weather tracker. You're going to do this little thing together. And then suggested family Bible reading to read together. We've got this page. This is an extra activity, which is optional. A devotion page for girls, devotion page for boys, or men. And then we have a song and a YouTube link. So you can see how they vary. Then we'll take a look at lesson 1 in Gather Round. Now this one is an actual teacher's guide. So it's going to give you a day at a glance what you're going to be working on. It's going to tell you what to say. So you're going to read all of this. You're going to read this. We're going to do this. Optional extension activities. And then it's going to tell you to go to the assignments for your kids. And that is lesson 1 in the teacher's guide. And then, so for Nathan, I ended up just putting them both in the same thing. He has upper elementary, And then he's going to be doing this. They're all going to be making a nativity scene. And that's like what I put on cardstock. We're going to be singing this carol. So each week we're going to be learning a new Christmas song. So we're going to be practicing this all week. And then that is it for him for lesson 1. Now for Faith, I gave her early reader. She's also going to be doing this nativity scene, and she is going to be doing this as well, which is kind of the same thing as Nathan's. They're pretty much the same. And then this one's Isaac. I didn't show you the inside of this because her and because they are both going to be doing the pre-readers for this one. But for Isaac, for lesson 1, he's going to be coloring this picture as he listens. And then he also has a nativity page, a manger page, a stable page. That's what it is. And then he's going to be doing the same thing, but his looks like a little shorter and there's more room for picture. And then that's it for him. So that's like a little look inside of like how different they are. I think I'm going to show you one more lesson. We're going to take a look inside of this for lesson 4 as well to kind of show you a little bit more. So this was in every book, but I did not print it in, I think, Faith's or Isaac. Because I just didn't see a need to, because we're all gonna, I already pre-picked the activities that we're gonna do. So we're gonna do this one for this lesson. But anyways, I like how she has different activities that you can choose from. Then over here, Nathan has a map and then a bonus question. So he's going to be mapping this. And then he has make your own census, so he's going to be doing that. Faith will be coloring in this picture while she's listening, and this is what her map looks like. And then this is, this is the nativity cutout. Then we have family movie night, and then my one thing for whatever the activity is, and then that's what she'll be doing. And Isaac will also be coloring this picture in while he listens. Here's the thing. He will be following the path to Bethlehem. He's got his cutouts here. And then he also has a movie night page as well. That is what we are doing for our Christmas unit. If you guys like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel when you guys like and comment on my videos. Don't forget to check out the description box where I will link both the videos explaining way more about the curriculum. And if you like content like this, consider subscribing below. And don't forget to hit the bell button so that you're notified every single time a new video comes out. All right, guys, have a blessed day.